Hello, Bible readers. It's Friday, June 18th. We're reading from Ezra 9 to 10, and we're starting 2 Timothy 1 and 2. Ezra is facing complaints about intermarriage and how that is happening among the people. And so he publicly grieves by tearing his clothes. We've seen this before in the Old Testament, these public displays of grief. Sometimes people will shave their head or pour ashes on themselves or just go naked. Tearing at one's clothes is another form of public grief. So then we read of Ezra praying. It's a prayer of confession, and it's not only a moment to talk to God, and actually this was the way of praying that in seminary, I remember a professor saying, if you really want it to be a prayer, then you'll just talk to God. If it's where you're trying to talk to God and change other people's hearts and minds, it might be something other than a prayer. You might be manipulating prayer in order to get what you want. Anyway, as Ezra is praying to God a prayer of confession, he's also trying to persuade those who have married foreign wives to get divorced. It's one of those prayers like, oh God, I'm okay with you making that other person over there feel very guilty for who they are and what they're about right now. And if you feel like that's good, maybe you could change their heart, something like that, Anyway, upholding ethnicity above marriage vows, we hold love and the commitment to each other despite skin color or ethnicity so much higher. We regard it in such different ways that it's hard to really understand how important it is in the Old Testament to remain people of the promise and not intermarry. That clear boundary that the law makes doesn't make a lot of sense to us. In chapter 10, we read about the great divorce proceedings. We even see a list of those who righteously divorce their wives. My commentary says this: it's difficult to find redeeming theological value in this chapter. The cruelty involved in sending these women away, and presumably their children, is miserable. Malachi will say God hates divorce. Jesus restricts divorce in his teachings. So this is tough. I second that. 2 Timothy is similar to 1 Timothy, but quite different from Paul's writings. So even though, again, it's written in Paul's name, referring to Paul's circumstances even, we're not thinking this is written by Paul. In 2 Timothy, Paul is depicted as one in Rome awaiting his death. Most of his friends have left him, but Paul is writing to his friend Timothy, my beloved child, urging him to carry on with his ministry. To do so, Paul's basically saying, oppose false teachings. Not that there's specifics about what those teachings are necessarily. Some think maybe it's the resurrection from the dead has already happened. Some people are already saying that, and so maybe that's what needs to be straightened out. But the biggest part of 2 Timothy, and we'll get to this later, is a list of vices, a list of things not to do. But today, we get words of warning and words of encouragement. Be strong in the grace that is in Christ Jesus, for example. And so that's the part of 2 Timothy we're in today. I'm one with my God. My God is with us, all of us, at all times and in all places.